Can we talk for a moment about this weird grief that sometimes comes with faith deconstruction, leaving a high control religion, or even exiting a cult? And that is this understanding that well meaning people who you may still love and care for are praying for your soul. They're hoping that you come back to the fold. They're hoping that you return. And at the same time, you're experiencing this freedom from all the rules that held you back. You're also experiencing this grief of the people that you've left behind and the ways that they still see you as someone who is lost to save. You're free. You don't feel tied down by these weird, arbitrary rules anymore. You're celebrating your freedom. You're being who you are. For the first time, you're actually having some autonomy, some identity. And people are literally praying for you to return, and they don't mean it out of malice. These are good people who really care about you. So you're holding this tension of caring for their feelings and loving them, and also embracing your freedom for the first time. Specifically in evangelical type religions, feeling like you finally don't have to prove anybody wrong. You don't actually have to have an answer for every single argument that somebody has against what you believe. So being able to let that go. This is your life and you can make a decision. And being able to fully let that go and not feel like you have to argue everything that everyone says is such a freedom. And it's just this weird space where you want to explain to them and you know you can't. And you also don't want to be tied to the things that made you so unhappy in that religion, to the explaining, to the feeling like you have to convert somebody. How do you live in the freedom that you fought for, blood, sweat, and tears, and often against your will? Because deconstruction is not something that people just jump into with both feet all giddy and happy. I don't know where that characterization came from, but those of us who have deconstructed, we know it's not fun. It is the opposite of fun. It is so unfun. It's not even funny. And it's hard and it's painful. And there's all these different aspects to it, including what happens afterwards when everybody sees you so differently, when everybody sees you as a lost soul. And you kind of realize, oh my gosh, this is how I used to see other people. Because now I understand how some of my friends and family members felt when I spoke to them. I get it. They were living in freedom. They were living free from what other people thought, and they didn't feel the need to prove anything to anyone for any reason when it came to religion or faith. And they were really enjoying their life freely. And I'm coming in and telling them that I'm praying for them, that I'm hoping that they return to the Lord or come into the faith for the first time. And it's really insulting on a level that I didn't realize. And yet at the same time, I also understand the other side of it, where people are very well-meaning and they care very deeply and they really believe what they're saying. And it's just a weird space. It's a weird space to be in.